Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Torn Reels. We are in a new studio here. Alongside me are the co-stars in It, the extra crispy Mike Hanlon and Ben Hanscom. How we doing, guys?
Dang.
How was it like working with the Skarsgård brothers?
Wait.
Did your parents really die in a fire?
Dang.
Did you really get carved by Eddie Bowers? What's going on here?
Dang.
Tell us all.
He called you extra
I hope
crispy.
he's looking at you though.
I called
know.
you high cholesterol, God.
I know. I did. I am though.
I am.
I am though. But whatever.
Facts though.
Facts.
Though, bro.
Facts.
Anyway,
But he called you crispy.
so today
He said you bacon.
What? he got burnt, if you will. Anyway,
digging in there?
so today we are actually. I know last time we went over Welcome to Derry, went over a little bit of of It. We kind of liked the way this was going. I'm a big fan of Stephen King, so I kind of wanted to go ahead and do at least a part one of the extension of the universe for Stephen King. We're gonna even go into the early times when. I mean, they came out with the movie Regulators, but before he was known as Richard Bachman, before he became Stephen King. So we're going to talk about that a little bit here and there. Where did you want to start? You want to start It?
Yeah. Let's start it.
Perfect. So far from It Part 1, It Part 2, Welcome to Derry, and even Tim Curry's It's. What is something that you've noticed that's going on in this world or that connects to other things? Let's start off with the connections that we know or that we can see, and then we'll go from there.
Well, let's hear from our guest first, so that way he can talk. Go ahead.
Dang. Okay.
I'm cool with that. Mike,
I'm not cool with that.
what is if you have any questions about connections, let us know.
Okay. Yeah, because I've been trying to understand a little bit more about the Steven universe. I don't have as much knowledge on it as you guys, but from what I've been understanding is everything is interconnected, and at
A
least
lot of it is, yeah.
from anything that when you say It, at least for me, someone who hasn't really dug into the universe, I hear Pennywise.
Yeah, that is
That's
Pennywise.
it. That's in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
And so, for me, it made me want to look into him. One of the surprises was he's not a clown.
He's not.
He's
No.
this whole,
Cosmic Spider.
yeah. And I was just like, what the
Is
hell?
it a cosmic spider? Is that what you
technically-
would consider it?
Technically, he's deadlights. Technically, what he is
Right.
those three
The
lights
three
is
little lights.
deadlights. However, the problem is that the body alien manifestation
Mm-hmm.
that is Pennywise is a spider, is a giant female spider, right? Now, his arch nemesis is Turin. Now, in the book, The Losers Club recruit the help of Turin and of Gon, who are like ultra gods in his universe, right? They're like the pinnacles of pinnacle. Like literally, all of us, according to Stephen King universe, we started up as turtle throw up from Turin.
Love it.
Like, he literally puked us all up into existence. He's
love
the
it.
most powerful cosmic being. And the funny thing is, when the Losers Club reach out to him, they go, "Hey, your turtliness, your shelliness, hey, help us out." And he's like, "I'm retired, bitches," and leaves.
So
And
if
it's
we're
like-
hold on. So if we're all Turin's like throw up, did I just like not finish or because like what?
No, you were extra throw up. He just
Damn,
piled you
that's
together. He just kinda,
wild.
like
You never
scraped you
saw
like a
that.
cocaine bowl. Just it was like a quick one.
Like a cocaine bowl.
Yeah, have you ever just scraped
No,
that shit off
I have
the
never.
sides?
Never have.
You got that drip, just
Never
scraped out
have.
the shit?
Never have
No?
done that.
Never?
Nope. Not once.
Damn, bro.
I can tell you that right now.
Missing out, bro. That cough.
Well, okay, so let me ask Mike something. Mike, you're not a person that likes movies or likes shows that very much, right? How did you like the new show that Welcome to Derry?
That one was good.
Yeah, what did you like about it?
For me, it grabbed my attention because of the fact that it was ever changing. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some decent shows out there and good movies, but for me, I recognize pattern recognition. Like, the pattern's very fast, and it instantly ruins the show or movie for me because I know what's gonna happen.
It's a little harder to keep up with cocaine.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Stephen King was on a
Dude,
ton
yeah,
of
no,
cocaine.
honestly.
The most
Because
cocaine.
You can't tell me that he wasn't like
He
you know what
the
I mean?
most cocaine.
Because what's interesting is what grabbed my attention is that it makes you, because of the character It, or Pennywise, if you will, he makes you want to think about him and
Right.
like wonder what he is, and you want to focus on other things. So shows and movies that can grab your attention while still continuously moving on is better for me because it allows me to hyper focus on something
Mm-hmm.
while the show continues. And by the time I realize the episode's over,
Yeah, and you want to know what the next
Yeah.
part is.
You're like, bro,
Yeah.
come on, like I want to know more. Yeah.
and it did really good with balancing, the aesthetic of the time frame that they were going with. They did well with having the kids running around with their bikes and having certain stores and arcades and everything, and how the school and their clothes were. It was really good. So it really hit a lot of notches that is refreshing to see, because a lot of shows now I feel like are repetitive. And they are just copy and paste of everything. And so seeing this one being a little bit more different, where even the kids were genuinely getting messed up,
Right.
Right.
like at the ending, it made me realize, what is that? Why is he just opening his mouth and then all of a sudden there's this light, and why is that messing you up?
So the deadlights is like, obviously I'm paraphrasing, but it's not really this, but it's like seeing God. It's like seeing God, but for them it's like seeing the most evil
Thing.
most not evil necessarily, but the most unexplainable thing. So you technically lose your mind looking
Yeah.
at the deadlights.
And that's what forced me to like want to look into it, because I was like, how do you beat something that, if you're trying to look at it, can easily just open its mouth and then you're gone?
Well, here's the thing.
You know?
In regards of scale of power, it is like at the bottom.
Yeah.
It is not even the most powerful
It
creature.
really
It is not even ranked one of the most powerful. powerful
Hashtag Mary
creatures.
Poppins.
There's a theory that Mary Poppins and it are of the same creature, except one feeds off laughter and one feeds off fear. Mary Poppins feeds off laughter. There's a
Happiness.
There's
apparently.
a-
No, it's not laughter. It's happiness.
laughter, happiness, but there's this Elseworld comic from it where it shows Pennywise and he's hiding because he's trying to kill the kids that Mary Poppins is in, and she comes in with her fucking umbrella, closes it up, and has been severely weakened by a battle or is like needing to feed, and she sees the kids and one of them is acting really rambunctious, and she grabs the kid and goes and just eats him in front of fucking Pennywise, and Pennywise is like, oh, what the fuck? Like, oh, I thought I was the only one out here. Like, I thought I was the only one repping C Block. Like, what happened, dog?
C Block
And
is
then-
insane.
And then Mary Poppins just comes in and fucks everybody up, and you're just like, whoa, wait a minute.
So,
But
let me ask you guys a question, okay?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me interrupting you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so no, it's fine. So we're talking about it right now. How do you guys feel how the monster was made compared to scary movies nowadays?
Good. I think it was better than a lot of monsters you see nowadays.
it was
I
done
feel-
because it was described like the books, but it was done with more practical effects than visual effects. Like Skarsgård being able to do that shit with his eyes, that's organically him. Him being able to do that creepy mouth where he puckers up the lip in front, they didn't have to do any CGI for that. So it looks authentically scary because your mind can't break that. Like with CGI, you're like, yeah, The Rock doesn't look like that.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? But with something that's more practical that someone does in person, you're just like, oh,
Yeah, you're like, oh, shit.
how the fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
Do you know the drool's real too? Like when he drools?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
actually him.
Yeah, I bet.
I was like, because there's one episode he's with I don't know his name. It's not Richie. It's the little kid with always the broken arm.
Eddie.
Eddie. He's with Eddie, and he's like on top of him, and he's drooling. And then I seen it behind the scenes where they yell cut, and he goes, "I'm so sorry, man." And
Oh, yeah.
he drooled all over. He was like, "I'm so sorry, brother."
Yeah, no, there's a ton of like little BTS things with it and Pennywise and all that stuff. And again, I like the way it showed it, how it starts connecting it in Welcome to Derry. You start seeing more connections of other books, of other things. You know what I mean? You
Right.
see the Mist in Welcome to Derry, which
Right.
the Mist, I didn't like it too much that was portrayed in Derry because in the actual book, The Mist, it comes with terrifying creatures. Like
Wasn't it the fog or is it the mist?
no, it's the Mist.
Is the mist?
The fog is Dean Koontz.
Ah,
Dean Koontz is like a wannabe
Stephen
Stephen
King.
King. He's
Got
good.
it.
He's good. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
He's good, but there's a lot of like
Mhm.
repetitiveness. Like he has a car possession book too.
Oh, well, that's wild.
You know what I mean? He has a dog going evil book too. You know what I mean? It's like,
Really.
bruh. You know what I mean? I think the dog's one.
Pongo.
I think the dog's one's name is Bruno, and it's like, bruh. like Cujo,
Right.
Bruno. Like,
Right,
come on,
right.
bro. Like, let's do it. Let's be real.
I
here.
liked that it controlled the fog or the mist. Sorry, I love that he controlled it because he's the one that caused it to come into the dairy.
The problem is that's the part that I didn't like because a lot of these forces are just fucking thrown in there and they end up like going at it with each other.
Right.
Like if you see Dark Tower, the guy who the man in black or what is his name, Walter Odom or whatever.
I don't fucking know.
He's played by
actually.
Matthew McConaughey, right? Another name for him is Randall Flagg.
Right.
He's this guy who in the book Stand, he creates this apocalyptic world in Las Vegas, right? Well, it turns out Randall Flagg and Walter from Dark Tower are the same guy. They're also the same guy from Children of the Corn. The guy who what is it? Tyler, help me out here. What is it called? The guy who walks or the guy who walks behind the corn or something like that? The one that all the kids are obsessed about.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Something stupid like that, right? But yeah, it's,
but
Isn't
it's
it the
supposed
guy
to
that
be, like,
walks in the corn? Isn't that what it's called?
something like that.
yeah,
And
it's
they have
the man, behind the corn or something.
well,
Yeah.
the point is that they're all supposed to be the same guy,
Right.
And this guy serves the main guy called the Crimson King, and the Crimson King.
Is like its father and everything like that.
No, he's the whole badness of all the universe.
Right, but he
he's
created like it and everything like that. Well, at least that's what I researched.
he created he works or it works for him.
Yeah.
They all work for him. He's one of those like Joker type characters that's super cosmic, and he is pretty much the Dark Tower. He pretty much is the pillar of evil. And what he does is he just fucks up the whole world because he can. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. Just because I can, I will. And he just fucks it all up. Now, with Welcome to Derry, you see the mist a little bit. Sorry about that. Really bad cough. Fucking okay. Anyway, but you see the
poor
mist.
ears of the listeners.
Rip earlobes.
Earlobes.
So you see that, and then you see how they introduce the caretaker from The Shining, the chef from The Shining.
I never knew it was him.
Yeah, it
until
is.
you mentioned it. Until you mentioned it the other day, and I was like, "Oh shit, it
Yeah.
is! Holy
Yeah,
fuck!"
it's amazing, and it's hilarious because it shows how in Derry he goes from this place at the Black Spot in Derry, and that trauma seems to follow him all the way to this hotel where The Shining takes place,
Right.
where he meets Danny, and he meets Wendy, and he meets Jack, and he takes Danny and starts talking to him about the gift that he has, the shine, which is the little. I don't know if you've seen it, Mike, but it's the little. It's one of the movies where it's a little boy and he's like talking to himself and he has a finger.
the red rum.
The red rum type shit. You never
No.
seen that? So it's a little kid. Have you seen the movie The Shining?
No.
No. Oh no.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
But it's with Jack.
However,
Nicholson.
I have to say it is a good movie, right? But since it's so like old,
Is that the dude that uses a hammer on the
hatchet.
door?
Yes. And he goes,
It's a-
"Hey,
it's an
here's
axe.
Johnny."
It's an axe.
It's a hatchet, no?
Oh, it's an axe.
Oh, it's an axe? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a hatchet.
Yeah.
But
It's-
that-
but they're basically caretakers of the hotel, and the hotel itself is an evil entity. Like, it's evil, the hotel in itself. There's a bunch of haunted rooms and all that stuff, and there's this kid who talks to himself, and he tells the chef, which happens to be the Marine guy from Derry. Welcome to
Halloran,
Derry.
the guy that had that psychic power and everything like
Yeah.
that.
The
Who
one
has
that-
the Shining.
Yeah, the guy that goes like that. So he explains to Danny, "Hey, me and my grandmother," basically tells him the same story. Like, "Hey, me and my grandmother could have conversations without even talking. We thought it was just us, which I bet you think it's just you, huh?" And Danny tells him, "Hey, there's this guy in my mouth that talks for me and tells me what to say, and his name is Tony." And he goes, "And I mimic him by using my finger." And basically, what ends up happening is that Danny, the kid, and the guy from The Shining, they all talk to dead people, like dead spirits, and they can control outcomes of certain universes based on the ability to see present, past, and future. That's why. But The Shining, but the actual power of The Shining it comes in different aspects, because you see it with the Losers Club. The Losers Club have The Shining because they can see through its illusions easier than most people. So that's
I thought they didn't have the Shining. I
Is
thought
the
that
Loser Club the kids?
the kids. Yeah,
okay.
the main kids from It 1 and 2.
I didn't think that they had it because they had to bully him into showing his real
'Cause
self.
there was-
Because I didn't think
that's-
they had The Shining.
But that's why that's how they had The Shining, because they were able to see through
Oh.
his masks, through all that stuff
I didn't
very
know that.
easily.
Oh, that's fucking interesting.
So while all the kids were like going missing and stuff
Uh-huh.
and didn't have the time to rationalize it, you see Bill, even in the old ones, where he's sitting there visiting Georgie's grave and it is digging a grave and he's like, these are all your guys's except for those over there. I've already fucking claimed that one where he kills Stanley.
Right.
And he goes, I've already claimed that one. And Bill turns around and he goes, you're not real. You're not real. And he turns around and it keeps trying to scare him. He goes, you're not fucking real. And then it disappears. Being able to do that, that's breaking the illusion. That's part of what
The Shining.
The
is.
Shining
Got
is.
it.
To be able to break through that barrier
I didn't know
and
that.
see that. You
now,
know what I mean?
now my question is: was the hotel in The Shining originally haunted, or did Halloran bring it? Because in Welcome to Derry, he was followed by a bunch of ghosts and shit because they would all follow him. So was the house a hotel already haunted, or did he bring that bitch?
The hotel was already haunted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because in
Okay.
Doctor Sleep, the continuation, it's the continuation. It shows it's with our boy Ewan McGregor, the Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars.
Hello
he
there.
He plays Danny, now grown up, in Doctor Sleep, and in Doctor Sleep, he's getting attacked, and in order to save himself, he uses The Shining to cast all the spirits from the hotel to his attacker.
Huh?
So he's able to control the spirits, but the hotel itself is an evil entity that swallows up souls and makes them part of this haunted hotel. That's why at the end of the movie of The Shining, Jack Nicholson's frozen and you're just like, dude, he fucking died. And then you see a picture of Jack Nicholson and he's with the hotel and he's just like that with everybody. And it turns out that he was a caretaker as well. Well, he was never a caretaker. It's just
He
the
bought it.
The hotel swallows you.
Oh,
So now you become part of the
shit.
staff, even if it was from years ago. You
That's
know what I
fucking
mean?
cool, yeah.
That's the same reason why they had that gay guy in the fucking bear costume because he has cum on his face. Like that's literally yeah. It's a weird fucking movie.
Yeah.
Watch it at your own risk. It's a weird movie. But that old lady.
Oh, he has it in the movie. It's not in the book.
Oh, it's in the book. Oh, it's in the book. The kid walks in on the guy giving the other guy head.
Yeah. No. Okay.
In their spirit.
You gotta remember the books are way more detailed than the movies are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
in it, they all run a train on the girl.
On the girl on Beverly.
On Beverly. They all run a train on her. At the end of the book. At the end of Stephen King's It.
But are you talking about the kids?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
kids.
all just
After they defeat it the first time, they all fuck each other.
'Cause remember,
they all fuck her.
It was supposed to only go after children. So how are you not a child anymore?
So that was their perception of their mind. That if we did this, we would no longer be associated as kids. So she did that in order to protect the rest of them. Whether it happened or not, however, it's kind of sus that Stephen King brought that in.
One of those
But
kids was just like,
Let me get in there.
that was that Ben Hanscom, bro. He's like,
he said,
looking like Barry from American Dad. Jump on it, let's do it. Anyway,
he's like, we need to do this so we're not kids, but I get to go first.
but we should do this again. We should do like a round 2 up in this. But you know what I
Hey,
mean? I'm not
I don't really feel like an adult yet.
I'm
Like,
not sure if we're adults.
I feel like we're like a
fully.
teenager right now. I need to become an adult again.
I feel like I'm 2 inches away from being adult. You know what I mean?
every 2 days. Hey, like I'm starting to feel like a kid again. I was frolicking the
I
other
don't know what's
day.
happening. I'm just getting filled up with this adolescence.
Bro, I was playing with Power Rangers the other day. We should meet up again, Bevs. You know what I mean?
I was
Bevies.
frolicking the other day,
No,
bro. Like,
Stephen King's
you know what I
sus
mean?
for that.
Yeah,
Hella
sus.
sus.
But it was a different time, though. You know what I mean? Like,
But also, what you guys might have not noticed is during the time
Wait,
of
did that work for them
for a while.
to do that?
For a
It
while.
did?
for a while.
For a while.
But
and
But
then they come
it
back
but
as
it
old.
has like a grudge because he's like, I couldn't kill you, so he's like, now I'm gonna fuck you guys up.
Yeah.
Because from what I was looking into it, the Losers Club beat him as kids, but then they had to beat him again as adults.
Yeah.
Because
But
they
every
didn't
time
kill
they
him.
beat him, he just gets weaker. He doesn't actually die.
No, he dies the second time.
Yeah.
He dies
Dies the
cosmically.
Like
the second
cosmically,
time.
yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay, because they had to get him in the macro verse or something like
Yes.
that.
So in the bigger scale of things, the kids hold up one of the pillars of the Dark Tower. They hold it up without knowing it. So by defeating it,
Is it that crystal thing?
Yeah.
In a way.
yeah.
So that's the pillar that keeps it inside the confines of Derry.
the ones that
Well,
the
we're-
Indian the Indian tribe were protecting. That's what he's talking about.
No, those are the pillars that keep it in.
Native.
Those are the pillars that keep it in. What I'm talking about is the cosmic universe, like the whole universe of Stephen King. There's pillars on every single part of the universe, including the Dark Tower itself.
Okay.
So what the kids did is that while Turin was asleep, all the pillars are being destroyed by all these cosmic entities, by all these weird things that are going on, and the one that stood with it was about to be torn down until the Losers Club came and defeated it cosmically. They think, it's never been confirmed by Stephen King, but the idea is that Pennywise and the other creature, what was it? What was this? The one that you just looked up.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Hold on, give me a second.
Fuck.
It is.
can't remember. What was the name of it?
Oh, fucking, what's the name?
He has some weird
He has
Coco
a weird,
name.
yeah.
Coco.
El. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, El Cuco.
El Cuco. They think that
The outsider. That's what
they
it's
think that El Cuco and it are the same beings because El Cuco only feeds every 27 years.
Right.
Only feeds on kids. Only feeds on fear.
Well, there's a huge theory that, again, like I've said in the previous podcast, there's a theory that it has a brother. It has like not a twin brother, but like a brother.
So that's a theory.
Mm-hmm.
That's a theory. With this, it hasn't been really confirmed, but it's more in the actual speculation of the books and the
Right.
movies where it shows him being very, very similar. Because in the Tommyknockers,
Mm-hmm.
in the other movie, the Tommyknockers, where they're getting possessed by aliens. So in that movie, I believe it's the Tommyknockers where they're getting possessed by aliens. I believe so. Don't quote me on that, but I believe so. It's the one where they're
Quoted.
getting possessed by aliens. It's literally a town of idiots. It's in Derry. They're all idiots apparently, and the aliens come down and they start making like ultrasonic beam toasters, like crazy advanced technology out of a bunch of bumbling idiots. And it turns out that these aliens are basically stealing the souls of the people and making them work for them and create all these crazy ass inventions, right? And in one of the fucking moments where this guy, the main character, is being possessed, he's being taken over. He's like freaking out. He's like almost hallucinating. He says that he looks over in a corner and he sees a clown going and smiling at him and waving. And then he says that he gets up. He goes, the clown dancing in the middle of the street, the one without his head on neat or without his head on right. And he's talking about how he's like moving his head and all that stuff. And he's talking about Pennywise. It's clear about Pennywise. And right before, like toward the middle of the book, he's going in one of the shallows where they go to find
Right.
that one girl. What was her name? Romana, the one that was hung up.
What's her name?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. One of the kids
Yeah.
from it, when they go, the one that they find behind the door when she opens, it says really scary, and she's like cut in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they went to go find her in the
I think
shallows.
it's Ramona.
When that guy from the Tommyknockers goes down there, he looks down and it says losers written on the wall, and then it's X'd out, and then at the bottom it says Pennywise lives
Oh, that's cool.
in blood. And that's one of the hints that he died, even though he died cosmically, he can reset the clock by going backwards in time that goes forwards in time. It's weird. It's a very weird thing. So
Stephen King didn't organize this correctly.
It's not that he didn't organize it; he made it complicated.
Right.
So in the show Welcome to Derry season 2, you're gonna see him go back in time and try to restore shit the way it is. That's why this time, even though they were successful, they didn't kill it. That's why he mentions Richie from the old timeline. He says, "Your motherfucking kid killed me permanently," and he's all fucking pissed off at what was her name? Margaret.
Margaret.
What does he call her? Margaret. His name is Richie.
Oh my god, why can't I remember?
I can't remember anything but beep beep Richie. That's all that's going through my head right
that's
now.
all-
Beep beep Richie.
Or Margie, or
fucking
beep beep Margie.
Beep beep Margie. But anyway, so you start seeing how those types of stories are kind of intertwined and connected with it itself and everything like that. You start seeing those types of connections in other books as well. During the same time that this is going on, like I was mentioning of Welcome to Derry, it's in the 1960s. During that same time, there's another book that's going on, and another two books that are going on: The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption.
And The Mist, because The Mist comes. So.
But The Mist is not. The Mist wasn't technically part of that era and story. That comes out later.
Okay. All right.
So The Mist comes out more towards the 80s and 90s, and they're trapped in a grocery store, and all these fucking things come out, and they start talking about religious sacrifice and
Religious
we'll
sacrifice.
talk about that in part 2 because that's a fucked up ending that happens there. But you have Shawshank Redemption going on with Andy Dufresne and Red, that we all know from as Morgan Freeman, who played him, and they're on their way to Zihuatanejo because that's
Zihuatanejo.
yeah, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, because that's the random one. Which, by the way, I just want to take a minute. Like, you're in jail, and Andy Dufresne said, "Hey, bro, in this random alley on 19th Street, there's a random tree in the middle of the field. Follow the trail of rocks and go to the rock that doesn't belong and dig up some money so you can come find me at Zihuatanejo." And as Red, I'd look at it and be like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that a rock doesn't belong there?
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, 100% honest with you.
I'm not showing up to Zihuatanejo.
That and you could have chose a better town, like an easier spelling town.
Yeah, how am I supposed to remember
Tijuana, dude.
Yeah, dude, TJ, the 2 letters, dog.
TJ.
Chihuahua, it's the same as a fucking dog. Like, we'll make our way to Zihuatanejo. What the fuck?
That's
Yeah.
you
We'll
know?
make our way to Z what the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, just give us
Zihuatanejo.
just give them a minute to get to Mexico.
Look, I'm
That's
telling you, I
bullshit.
have terrible memory, right? If someone told me, "Hey, meet me at Zihuatanejo," I'd be like,
Guess where I'm not gonna be in 50 years? Where? Zihuatanejo.
Zihuatanejo. That there
I'm
you
not
go.
gonna do that.
I'm
So
not
that's
doing
going
it.
on, and then Green Mile's going on. You guys have seen Green Mile, right?
Green Mile's a good movie.
You never seen it with John Coffey, the
It's a good
big
movie.
black guy? What is his name? Michael Duncan, right?
Yes.
Michael Duncan. Michael Duncan. I love that guy.
Too bad he died.
Yeah, he did die. So, in the part of Shawshank, there's a death row, and they have an inmate named John Coffey. He's this really big black guy, like fucking massive, right? He's huge.
I've seen clips of him like looking all sweaty and sad and stuff, but I've never seen the movie itself.
Yeah, I don't know why they made him all
Have
sweaty
you
all the
ever
time.
ever seen Talladega Nights?
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
who
the
you're
black
talking
guy.
about.
Yeah, that black
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So that guy,
Would you put that on me, Ricky Bob?
basically, he also has The Shining, but he has The Shining in a more powerful way. He's a very, very gifted person with The Shining. He's practically angelic. He's practically an angel. He can cure wounds. He can almost cure death. He can cure death if he gets to it quick enough, right? So basically, his whole story is that he's accused of killing 2 girls, and he goes to jail to confront the killer, the actual killer. And he possesses the killer, and he possesses one of the guards, and he causes a huge issue on there. And then they execute him. They execute him for the crime.
They knew it was him.
They all knew it wasn't him.
They didn't care.
No, not that they didn't care. They were doing their job, is essentially how they put it. They were doing their job, and there's a lot of scenes in the book and in the movie where the guards are like sobbing because they don't want to kill this guy because this guy's like an angel. He's helping everybody. He helps the warden's wife. He helps a few kids. He helps a bunch of shit. And they're like, and one of the main guys, Paul, which is the main guy played by Tom Hanks in the movie, he goes up to him and he goes, I can't let you out, but I can at least leave something unlocked and get you some time to get you as far away from this place as possible. And John Coffey looks at him so sincerely and goes, well, why would you do that? And he goes, well, what am I going to do? And he goes, what am I going to do in the day of my judgment when I'm in front of God? And he tells me, why would I kill one of the most precious creatures that he created on this earth? He goes, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? It's my job? He goes, I can't do that. And then John Coffey gives one of the best lines. He goes, it's a pity killing. He goes, I don't want to deal with this pain. Because he says that he felt it like glass in his brain, all the bad things that people did. Are you having trouble with the stand there? But no, he has a.
That's a really sad movie, bro.
It's a really fucking
It's a
sad movie.
really sad movie.
It's if you're not prepared emotionally for it,
I wasn't.
You're gonna fucking like.
I really wasn't. And they put it on, and I was like, okay, cool.
'Cause, like,
Let's watch this. No.
Because like even through the execution, like they're about to like cover his head as it's supposed to be, and he's like, "Please don't. I'm afraid of the dark." And I'm like, "Bro, please don't say that."
And
to
he's
me right
fucking
now, dog."
crying, and I'm
And he's like bawling.
you bitch.
And then the guys
So was he just set up to die? Like he was set up for death row?
yeah, he was set up to die for the murder of those girls. But in reality, when you look in the book, it shows that he knew who killed them. So he stayed to get accused because he knew he was going to be taken to where this guy was. And the guy that they found was, one of the guys, they took a cowboy's name, but Billy the Kid. Like, he's like this crazy guy, deranged guy, and then all of a sudden, like, there's this guard, one of the guards there, he's a piece of shit, and he fucks around with all the fucking inmates and everything. One of them is like autistic or like retarded, and he has like a fucking rat, and he fucking crushes the rat in front of him, and the guy's like screaming bloody murder. He's like his best friend, bro. He's on death row. He's gonna die. Like, you just killed his best friend, like, in his mind. So as revenge, John Coffey goes in and reaches for the guard, and basically blows an infection into him and makes him go crazy. So out of the craziness, he runs over to Billy the Kid and pulls out a gun and just goes, "Ka, ka, ka," and just shoots him like 3 times. And then John Coffey sits down and goes, "Okay, deed's done. We did right. We did right." And they both died. I was like, "Holy fuck,
Nah,
bro."
this movie is.
It goes
That
deep.
movie is wild, dude.
It's in a place where you're just like, "Oh my god." You're like, it's crazy. But anyway, they mentioned that. They also mentioned a few things here. One of the things that I kind of wanted to bring up, because I like the movies that go on at the same time, or the books that go on at the same time. One of the ones that really got me was a movie called Gerald's Game. Have you guys seen that?
I actually haven't.
I bet you if I tell you what it's about, you guys will remember it.
Okay.
It's about a couple that goes to the cabin, an elderly couple, and the guy dies of a heart attack, and she's chained up with handcuffs. Do you guys
No.
remember that? No? Okay.
No.
So it was a movie. It looked like shit. But when you read the book and then you see the movie, fucking
Is it
seriously.
good?
That was amazing. So basically, they're fucking. They're
Right.
like old people fucking. Like,
Oh wait,
type
yes,
shit, right?
I remember this one.
Yeah.
And then he has a heart attack, and she can't get out, so she's like starving and all that bullshit.
and she's starving and losing her, not just sanity, but she's losing water. She's losing all the food. She's losing weight. She's gonna die eventually, right? She's gonna die here in the next 3 days if she doesn't get water, right? So the only way to get rid of it is that she ends up degloving her hand. So she takes out all the skin from her hand, pulls it out, and then basically it's free. And she makes it and whatever, right? During the time that she's going fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, she says that she sees a guy who's standing there with yellow eyes, and he's holding a bunch of bones. And he's like just standing there for days, just watching her.
Is it?
And she's like freaking out. Hang on. She's like freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, blah, blah, blah," right? And she's having these visions. One of the things that she says or perceives is that she starts having these psychic visions going on, right? And one of the ones that during the time that she's having that, she's looking outside and the day goes dark. She's referencing an eclipse where she can barely see this guy now because it's dark, so all he can see is the light in his eyes. And then he starts kissing her feet and like licking her feet and shit like that, right? As Stephen King's a weird boy. Anyway, so
Cocaine.
cocaine, bro.
Cocaine does a lot of things to you.
During wait, what was your question? What was your question? Because no question's stupid or invalid right now, bro. We're talking about
Really?
licking
He
feet
was
in the movie.
outside watching her.
No, he was inside.
He was inside the house.
He was
Yeah.
inside the house in a corner while she's tied up in the dark
Yeah,
corner.
she's tied up. Okay, I
Yeah.
was like, just leave. Okay.
Just leave.
You know?
No, honestly, look, if I start seeing whatever, right, with yellow eyes looking at me, I'm going to deglove or rip off my arm right there.
I'm just gonna nod off.
Yeah, just fucking. All right, dude.
It's just, you look at him. You look at him. Look, it's not you. It's me.
It's you.
No, it's you.
It's you.
I'm sorry, it's
100%.
you.
I'd be like, can you help? The key's right there.
Hey, bro, the key is just right. If you want to,
Hey, you're just looking like I don't mind, but just give me that key.
Move that lug real quick.
I'll throw
and
it back,
you'll see
just
the
key.
key right there.
Right? Yeah.
I'll throw it back. You're clearly enjoying this, right? So give me the key. I'll throw it back a little bit. I pop my pussy a little bit.
Pass me a
And we'll go.
Lunchable and a bottle of water, and
we're good.
And
dog.
we good,
And
we
give me
good,
about
yeah.
5 to 10, and we could go 3 rounds. It's all good. But anyway, the
Exactly,
point
bro.
is when she references that that eclipse, there's another movie that has an eclipse that, believe it or not, is based a lot of the similar thing. Because before that, before she goes there, they go there to rekindle their relationship because
Right.
they're in an abusive relationship. The guy's very abusive, but he's trying to like,
Coming back.
yeah, you know, like trying to feel it, right? Well, during the same time, across the little, I guess, the little patch of ocean to another little island, is a wife with her daughter who was molested by her father. And the book's name is Dolores Claiborne. Also written by Stephen King.
Great movie.
Dolores Claiborne is a worker, a house worker, right? She meets this lady called Vera Donovan and who killed her husband for cheating on her. And then Dolores Claiborne comes out and goes, he touched my 13-year-old. He did this, and the lady looks at her with the fucking straightest face and goes, you know, sometimes breaks fail, dog. I was like, you said, huh? You said what? And then she packs everything and she packs everything for an eclipse party, right? Because she's like crying during the eclipse party, and she's like, oh, you know, he molested her and blah blah blah. And he goes, look, here, I prepared a bag for you for your eclipse. He goes, and you can go ahead and enjoy it with your husband. She goes, you know what's the funny thing about eclipse? She goes, everyone comes to the off the island to come watch it in a perfect view of here. She goes, with all the boats tugging away and all the people screaming and having a good time, it'd be very hard to hear anything. You know what I mean? And she gives her the bag and goes, have a good eclipse. And she goes back home. So she goes back home, she fucking delivers a perfect little meal for her husband and everything. And after he's nice and fat and drunk, she discovers that there's a well outside, and it makes him run through the whole thing. Now he falls into the well, breaks both of his legs. He finally manages to try to struggle back up, and Dolores looks at him and kicks him in the head and drops him back down and kills him during the entire time of the eclipse. So there's a really cool cover where you're looking up at Dolores, and she's just standing there with big ass yellow eyes, and it's all fucking dark, right? So it references the same eclipse. Now the funny thing in Gerald's Game, they reference, after she gets out of all that, whatever, right? They reference the murder of Dolores Claiborne, where they're looking for the guy because they can't find him. He's in a well, and she covered it up. They can't find him. And then they briefly change to the news story about a serial killer that was in the area of where the Gerald's Game took place, how he was a grave robber, and he had been seen holding bones. And he was arrested, and when they pan the fucking screen to him, it's the same guy that was in the corner.
Oh, that's fucking
her
cool.
Of her thing the
That's
whole time.
fucking cool.
So the person was real that was looking at her. All that was really happening to her
that's
while she
fucking
was
weird.
thinking that she was imagining it.
Oh, that's fucking,
Right? It's
nah, dude,
amazing.
I couldn't fuck with that.
Now I gotta watch it. Like
Yeah,
now, you're like,
now I gotta watch.
that
I
shit.
gotta watch all this bitch again and be like, all right.
So there's a lot of things that go on there, especially with his mind. Like there's some things that are like super cosmic and mysterious, and then there's shit that's like normal, like Cujo.
I would love to have Stephen King on this.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd
He
be
would never
great.
come, but that would
No,
be great.
That would be great.
But like you have basic ones like Cujo. Have you seen Cujo?
No,
Homie.
But how do you not watch these classic ass movies?
they're not. They weren't interesting for me to want to watch. Like anytime I saw the cover of Cujo, I was like, this looks extremely bootleg and corny.
Bootleg.
And I never watched it. It legit, like when I would look at the cover of Cujo and see how it looks. Now, granted, this is early years and the
And
graphics
obviously-
weren't good.
Right, and obviously the movies are nowhere near as good as the books
Yeah.
are.
But I would hear people talk about Cujo and everything. They've watched it, but no one really said it's good. You need to see it. It would just come up.
Beyond, yeah.
Yeah, when we talk about certain monsters or stuff, someone would bring up Cujo, and then people who weren't aware of the Stephen King universe would just be like, no, that's just a rabid dog. But
Right.
in reality, at least in the research I've been seeing, he's another entity.
Yeah.
And what a lot of these people are, the entity, the Dark Man, the Pennywise, they are just avatars of bigger entities that are in
Yes.
some sort of plane of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why do they even fight these things?
Right.
Why?
Look, well, I'm
Where
gonna be
you're
honest with
getting
you.
pwned by Pennywise,
Right.
Derry, from what I understand, the whole reason he's in that area is because that's where he was. That's his ground. That's where he was.
He's trapped.
He's
Yeah.
trapped in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the town was built over his spot.
Yeah, his little area. Yeah.
So that became the thing.
So what you don't see in the very beginning is that they make a deal with Pennywise. They make a deal with Pennywise, so they basically allowed him to feed. So Derry was built as basically a sacrificial town for it, so he can go rampant.
So he can eat there and then leave the rest of the world alone, essentially.
Essentially,
Yeah.
is what the Native Americans did. They're like, hey, the lesser of two evils, right? Now Cujo.
The Native Americans. You killed these
If we're
people.
if we're being honest, Cujo
Is not an entity.
It, not only that, but it's my least favorite of the Stephen
Yeah.
King.
Is it?
Let me be honest with you. Cujo is not a good movie.
It's not.
It's an okay movie. It's not the greatest movie, right?
Yeah.
It's a good book, though.
It
It's a good
is.
book, and the reason it's a good book is because, like you said, like a lot of people think that Cujo's an entity. Cujo's not an entity. Cujo is the side effect of the evil of entities spilling out into the world.
Because from what I was researching, it says that like a lot of animals tend to be susceptible to the evil forces in the world of Stephen King, and so that's why you have instances like Cujo.
Yeah.
Or
So
Pet
he was-
Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery.
So like they're being possessed by an entity who, at the end of the day, either serves a greater entity or is that greater entity, but just using those animals because it's easier.
Right.
And then I also saw that I guess children are stronger than adults. So like through The Shining and everything, which is why I find it interesting that they killed that one guy in that movie you were telling me with Tom Hanks and everything, because the guy is such an angel.
Right.
And he, as an adult, was so connected. But from the little clips I've ever seen of him, because usually when I see clips of that movie, it's always showing him.
Yeah.
Because he's the
extremely popular.
best.
Yeah, and
he was an and just as an actor point, not even as a storybook or as a movie, as an actor point of view, you had a heavy hitter like Tom Hanks,
That's what I was about to say.
like one of the biggest heavy hitters of all time. Like whatever he may be a pedo, Epstein, whatever, I don't care. The point is he was a great actor. Tom Hanks is a fucking phenomenal actor, and Michael Duncan killed him.
in that movie,
Fucking
he destroyed him.
He destroyed Tom Hanks.
Which is wild because if you hear like a Tom Hanks movie, you're like, okay, cool, Tom Hanks. I'm ready for Tom Hanks to do Tom Hanks. You know what I mean? And what was his name? Something Duncan?
Michael Duncan.
Michael Duncan. When you see him, he is that character. Like, I have never seen an actor be more of their character than that one.
well, and that brings up my question, because if you're saying he's that powerful to blow an infection, to make someone crazy, or to
He took
control
he took
these
brain cancer out of the warden's wife.
things. Yeah, to do all of that,
Yeah.
and then what confuses me, I have two questions. One,
Uh-huh.
why couldn't he just stop the killing from happening of himself? Is he that much of an angel that he was willing to sacrifice himself? Because he's not Jesus.
Yes.
Yes.
So he's not coming back in 3 days.
Yes.
Yes.
So he was willing to just die.
Yes. And he told everybody, just let them kill me.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Because
And then-
That's
because
insane.
the way he felt The Shining was he saw all the evil in the world and it physically would hurt him internally.
Yeah.
So like that's why he said it feels like glass in my brain, because it would be like all the evil spirits just like jabbing at him constantly. So he just wanted to die. He wanted to get rid of it. But he couldn't help that he was good, that he wanted to help.
Well, and that brings another question, because it says that the adults aren't as strong and it's harder for them to be in control of psychic abilities or anything from The Shining compared to children. Children are always stronger. I'm assuming it is connection with imagination and other things. But like a lot of the adults could completely ignore Pennywise. But that even branches into more questions, because it says that Pennywise can impact the way the adults are seeing everything in that town,
Right.
to the point that they are ignoring missing people, murders, and everything.
He makes them forget.
He
Yeah.
makes them forget. And so I don't know if it's because he's making them forget that the adults aren't seeing him because he can basically camouflage himself, or is it because the adults are not impressed with any of his clown antics that he's not powerful against him. Because what I read is that he doesn't get becomes weaker through unity, as you saw in Derby or Derry. Sorry,
Derby. Derby.
Welcome to Derby. But in Derry, and then they say that one of the kids from the Losers Club, Ben, I swear his name is something Ben,
Right.
beats him through unity, but it says like adults could walk right by him. He can be in front of them, and some adults will walk right through him like nothing because they can't sense it. So
He controls everything in Derry.
So and what
he controls
and what
everything.
It,
He
what it
controls
also
weather,
is,
everything.
so what if you come to visit Derry? Are you immediately under his control?
Yeah.
Or
Yep.
can you ignore him because you don't know he's in existence?
No.
What it is
Can
that
ignore his
the
power?
reason why the adults don't pay attention or don't sense him, quote unquote, is because children are more susceptible to fear, and
Yeah, 'cause
adults
he-
aren't. You know what I
he
mean?
says fear salts the skin or
Yeah.
salts the meat or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because you can dress up like a werewolf. You can do all that. You can't dress up like a tax bill or like an electric. Like that's the only fears that adults have. Like, you know,
like
my
I
mortgage-
can't afford groceries. You're not gonna dress up as poverty.
Well,
like
that's what
You're not
I'm
gonna dress
say,
up as a
like,
bag of groceries.
There's like I'm surprised that he
a
doesn't
floating shopping list. Sorry,
Right.
go ahead.
because he's
Go ahead.
because
I'm sorry.
he can shapeshift
Right.
to anything.
Right.
So why doesn't he shapeshift into like you know how easy it would be to stress an adult?
Yeah.
Turn into a bill of $5,000. It
But-
pop up at their house.
car
They're
issue.
terrified.
But children
problem.
taste better to him.
Yeah.
So it's his preference.
And because they
But-
can fear so easily.
And that bridges into my first question with the guy that died. That was an angel. Was it because from the clips I saw, he's kind of childish? Like he's very innocent in his mind. Is it because his mind is so almost childish like that he's so still connected to?
No, it was that
Shining?
he was too good.
So
Yes,
he was just
he was
so
too good.
pure.
He was so pure-hearted.
but not just that, he was born with it.
Yeah.
Like what is it,
Because
Halloran?
not everybody
Yeah,
has
no.
a shining.
Not everybody has
So
a
he was
shining.
born with it, but also because his morality was so
pure.
good.
It was childlike, basically.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's
And-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
But he wasn't like childish.
The
Yeah.
Shining
Or
is
like-
just the power.
or like-
the Shining
yeah.
is just the power.
yeah.
It's what you do with it that
Right.
deviates it. So you have people like
But
John
is the
Coffey.
shining evil or good?
It's just a power. It's
It's
just
just there.
It's just there.
It just again how you
can
use it.
how you want.
Yeah. So like John Coffey, he has it. He deviated it and made it like angelic and hey, I'm gonna help everybody, give them all life and everything like that. Now, in another book where you have a very powerful entity who has the Shining, Carrie, she did it for revenge. She did it because she was tired of people picking on her.
Was that the chick that had like stuff poured on her?
Yeah,
at
the pig's blood.
prom or
Yeah.
Yeah, the
whatever?
pig's
Great
blood.
though.
So she's part of the universe too.
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's her book too. It's written by Stephen King.
Yeah.
So she has an overly religious mother, and then she has a bunch of like enemies in high school, right? Mm-hmm. Well, one of the popular chicks feels genuinely bad for Carrie, and goes to her boyfriend and says, "Hey, you should take her out. Don't be a dick. Like take her out, make her feel special, and that's it. You know, like let's be nice to her. We've always picked on her. Like what the fuck? Like what does she do?
Right.
You know what I mean?" So then she goes, you know what? I'm not going to go to prom. My boyfriend's going to be with her. Let her dance, let her do her thing, whatever, right? So those kids that are around her finally decide, you know what? This is the perfect time for a prank. So they fill everything with pig's blood and pig's intestines. They make her prom queen on purpose so she goes on stage and then they dump it on her. As revenge, she uses her telekinetic powers to close the door, shut all the doors, and she basically burns everybody inside the high school and just walks off. And she goes home to her mother, and her mother starts viciously beating her. And when her mother starts viciously beating her, like bad, like she would beat her, she would dunk her in scalding hot water and all that shit. So as revenge, Carrie gets up and goes, you know what? You are so obsessed with Jesus, we're going to make you like Jesus. And she shoots knives at her, and her mom ends up crucified on the kitchen wall.
Oh yeah.
And she dies. The popular girl unfortunately comes back and discovers the mom and freaks the fuck out, and then hears that all her friends had just died at the high school because she was trying to be nice. So in that book, it was like no matter how nice you are, no matter what you do, sometimes shit just happens.
Yeah.
And
But-
with Carrie, she killed everybody.
Yeah. Well, in that case, it wasn't that chick's fault for being nice. It's the boyfriend and all those other guys that were actively there that are the ones who planned the pig intestines and everything.
Right.
But she feels guilty because she set it
Yeah.
up.
But even if, because realistically, even if she was to go and be with her boyfriend, who's to say that those kids still wouldn't have done it? She could have just been stuck in the fire. You know
Yeah,
what
she
I
would have been
mean?
fucked either way.
And so I see where you're coming from, where it's like, damned if you do, because she was just trying to do something good for her, but it was too late. It
Yeah.
was too. It
Well,
must have
after
been too
years and
late.
years of picking on, yeah, it's
Exactly.
like you
And
no,
then
dude.
that happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, y'all not leaving.
Y'all deserved
Yeah.
it, bro.
Yeah, for
This
real.
story dies. With
What about
y'all.
that one nerdy kid that was there because he just wanted to be there? Just lit on fire.
Yeah, the dude that was just trying to scam on chicks, just like,
Hey,
you know what I mean? And all of a sudden just torched. It's like, bruh.
right, dude.
End up like Mike Hanlon's parents and shit. Anyway.
a move in here.
I'm moving you.
No,
I'm making moves.
so with all those different things, you see The Shining in different aspects. You see it from like the way the cook is, you see it the way Danny is, you've seen it the way Carrie is, how John Coffey is. You see a bunch of things that The Shining or The Shine technically can do and technically can adapt in the world. But for whatever reason, these entities that Stephen King created don't like them. They don't like The Shine. They don't like anybody who has it. It bothers them incredibly.
And not only that, it's like the opposite of power to what Pennywise and all of them are, the dark entities.
Right.
So the Shine is like the opposite.
Right.
Granted, if you use it for evil, you're whatever, but it's the opposite
Right.
like thing.
It's funny because in the movie Dark Tower, they Matthew McConaughey is playing the man in black, right? Or the man who dressed in black, or fucking what is his name? The guy from The Stand that I just mentioned. You know,
Right.
like it's that same guy. It's a super powerful entity from Dark Tower, and he's dressed in all black, and he goes up to the parents of the kid who's drawing a bunch of pictures, and it's like drawing his likeness, and he's just standing there, and all of a sudden he's sitting there and he's cooking, and the guys walking in like, oh fuck, what the fuck, and the guy's like, hey, who the fuck are you, and he's like, who am I, and then the mom goes, oh my god, he's the guy that her son has been drawing. He goes, drawing, and then he sees him, like he goes over to Tim and they see all the drawings and he goes, huh, and he's like realizing how expansive his universe is, and he just starts fucking.
That's cool.
And then you have Idris Elba, who plays a fucking gunslinger in that movie, which fucking awesome. Like, I love that. But yeah, so there's like a bunch of different aspects with the Stephen King universe, a bunch of things that are going on. And this is just part one. There's more books of where the same things are going on or similar things are going on in other stories that he's had. You have fucking Secret Window. You have a bunch of other
Christine.
fucking. Yeah, Christine, which is a car that's possessed by The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Insomnia.
Insomnia. Yeah, you have Insomnia. You
Salem's Lot.
11/22/63.
11/22/63, the one where the guy goes back in time.
Yep.
I wrote that one down.
Yeah, that one was really good. That's really good too.
Sa-
I like
you have
that shit.
Salem's Lot, Pet
Salem's Lot,
Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery.
You have that one, which 11/22/63, I think you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have Carrie.
If-
We have what?
That's another thing. He seems to. Does he live in Maine, Stephen King?
Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
So
Because
the,
everything is, a lot of it is in Maine.
so the book Derry, or the book it is based on the hometown that he remembers. It's based on his hometown.
Yeah.
Like,
Which can you believe? Dude, imagine that you actually lived in a place called Derry, and you actually saw that shit. And you're like, bro,
so
they
it's-
know.
So it's funny.
Derry's in Maine,
Yeah.
but it's a fictional town.
Yeah.
Based on real things that he's been through.
Yeah.
But for instance, I saw that's where Derry, Maine has It, Insomnia, 11/22/63, and other things as well. But it's one of the most cursed towns in fiction in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of all the stories he has. For instance, there's Castle Rock, Maine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For Cujo, Dead Zone, Needful Things. There's Shining
And the
Overlook
Castle Rock-
Hotel.
You know, it's funny because in the Castle Rock, you
Yeah.
have a group called the Knot. I don't know if you heard of the group called the Knot. The group called the Knot is a bunch of people who live in a trailer with one girl, and they're all obsessed with the Shine. So they kidnap and torture and kill the kids with the Shine to stay younger.
What the heck?
And
I did
fucking
not know
Yeah,
that.
it's crazy, dude.
It's
It
wild.
goes deep. Read Castle Rock. It goes deep.
That's the
bro.
Castle Rock one.
Yeah, it goes deep on that shit.
Yeah, they
So-
all just live with a girl.
Yeah, they all just travel around and just fucking kill kids and just fucking consume their steam, which is the shine, and the steam makes them super young and shit like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Look, I'm not. Look, okay, so Jessica has been reading books, right, and everything like that, and she loved the Welcome to Derry and the It movies. I told her, I was like, well, read the It book, like it's great. She didn't want to because it's so thick. I was like,
Yeah.
that's the juicy parts, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's what you getting.
Because that scene in the movie It, where he's holding the gay guy and he fucking bites into his chest, that's real.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
real.
really
That's
great.
really happened in the book.
And
That's a real thing.
That's what I liked in the show. Is like that's what I want more shows to keep doing and be more open with. Is like, hey, if the villain is eating someone, let him eat them, but show it.
Do you know why he created that story with It, and like how there's a lot of like not sexualization but like even sexualization, homoerotic, like to like Richie and Eddie, like they're in love. Even in the book, like it's clear that they're like there's something there. Do you want to know the reason behind it? John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy is the serial killer, the clown, the real life serial killer.
The real life It.
The real life clown.
Oh, so
That's
it's
where
based
he
off of
inspired. That's where he got the inspiration of the story. I don't think, from what I remember, I don't think John Wayne Gacy was in Maine, but
I don't remember.
it was from a town very similar. And when he was growing up, he kept hearing John Wayne Gacy. He kept hearing all that stuff, and he's like, "Oh fuck, like this guy's."
And that was like a nightmare back then. Like
Well, yeah, 'cause nobody
there
knew
was
who
a
he
guy.
was.
There was a guy dressed like a clown that would kill kids.
He wasn't
like-
killing kids. He was killing like teenagers. He was
Oh.
killing teenagers and luring them in sexually to be like, "Hey, let's fuck around," you know. And then he would just fucking kill him and bury him in the floorboards after raping him. Yeah, it's wild. It's a wild.
And he got
fucking-
the concept of the well because there was a well at his house.
Yeah. There's a bunch of
Like of at John Wayne Gacy, not
there's a bunch of like little things that he took from like real life horror stories that were going on and other stuff that he just thought of in his head. The concept of like Cujo that people go, "Oh, it's so dumb." It is, but if you think about it in a philosophical way, it's not, because you see something that's so innocent and bystander, how it can be so corrupted and evil that at the end it's unrecognizable. It's no longer the good boy that you thought it was. It's this demented, twisted fucking being that's just pure evil. And even in the story Cujo, in the movies, the mom kills the dog, saves the boy, and everything's hunky dory in the world. Well, in the book, she kills Cujo, but the kid dies.
The dog killed the kid.
No,
no, they were linked together.
So the dog is keeping them inside a car, and won't let them out. So they're stuck inside a car and they can't eat, they can't drink or anything, and the kid dies eventually from the elements. It's hot, they can't drink water, they can't eat food and everything. And the mom finally gets tired, grabs a bat and smacks it on the head. And while the dog is trying to like still get up, she takes a gun and fucking shoots it. And the nightmare's over. She takes her kid out, goes to the house, tries to like resuscitate him. In the movie, he comes back. In reality, he doesn't. He dies. He dies of heat stroke and brain damage, and just fucking dies. And the concept of that book was when they interviewed Stephen King. It's like, yeah, sometimes you do everything right, and people still die. And sometimes you do everything right, and the monster wins.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, bro, it happens. And a lot of people got fucked up with that shit, right? And the talent of Stephen King is so crazy, because even when they roasted him about a joke, he made it into something fucking terrifying. You've seen Family Guy, right?
Scary stuff.
There's a specific episode where they make fun of Stephen King's. It's like, oh yeah, it's Stephen King with his 64 books. He goes, he's not even trying anymore. And he's sitting there and it's a animation of Stephen King. He goes, got it. He goes, a killer lamp. A killer lamp. And he grabs the lamp and he's like, to the author and the editor. And the editor's sitting there. He goes, you're not even trying any fucking more.
When do I get it?
And he's like, and then fucking he goes, all right, when can I read it? And he just like keeps playing with it, right? Well, what people don't realize is that in Derry, he added that. They added that shit.
It was great.
It's the lamp that's made out of human skin. That was the joke. That was his response to the joke. I was like, that's a fucking great
Yeah.
response, bro.
You know what? You know what other movie? You know what other? It's not a Stephen King movie, but another movie where the evil villain wins and that fucked people up was Jeepers Creepers. It was a really good movie where the monster finally wins and beats everyone.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, that's not how stories go.
Yeah. And it fucks you up for
And
that
it fucks
reason.
you up. I believe that Stephen King wrote amazing ass stories.
Oh, yeah, he did.
A lot of the movies that were made were, yes, they were good, but I don't feel like they didn't match the story because people don't like that many details, I guess.
Yeah, it's a complicated world to
Yeah.
follow. Like, obviously, this is part one. We're probably going to have to go through at least maybe part 2 and part 3. Obviously, we're not going to do them consistently. Like, we're going to skip in between because next week we're doing Avatar. But at least this is a good place, I think, to kind of stop this
Yeah.
first episode, wrap it up. Did you have any? I mean, you're the more of the newbie when it comes to Stephen King. Did you have any questions from what we've talked about what's going on, or any other thoughts?
No, I'm interested in
The Green Mile?
no
No.
the Dark Tower.
Oh.
It seems to be connected to everything.
Please watch
And
Green Mile because you're gonna cry, and I want you to cry.
it's- What is it? Sad Eminem story? What-
Oh, dude, it's really sad.
Green Mile, the sad Eminem story.
It's really,
Eight
really
Mile,
sad.
Green Mile. Just
Stop.
It's a really, really sad
It
story.
is.
It's like super sad
why would I want to be sad?
Because it's a great movie.
because it is great. It is really
Like,
great.
I hate crying, and I'm a bitch when it comes to sad movies. I would watch that any day.
I hate the fact that he's getting executed and he's singing the whole time I'm in heaven. I'm like, bro, please stop. Please, you're killing me inside.
If you just want to cry, watch What Dreams May Come. Just, that's all I'm going to say.
What about the red one?
What?
The red one upstairs.
The red one upstairs? What?
Him.
Who?
This one.
What? Oh,
Oh.
Tyler?
I want to see the Dark Tower movie, but I've heard it's not very good.
It's not.
It's not. Read the book.
However,
that's what I
they're
hear.
gonna start remaking all those old movies. again.
Right.
They're gonna start remaking them. So,
They should.
well,
Cause
given that Derry did so well, they're gonna redo all. Of
I
them.
don't think they're going to redo Dark Tower because that's still relatively new. It came out in like, what, 2013, 14?
Yeah.
just do the bigger ones, the more important ones, or continue with it for now. Because Pennywise, is so big that he's become so recognizable in mainstream right now.
But there's only so many limitations of the
Yeah.
story that they have.
Not
for
only
it.
that,
Mhm.
and
Well-
not only that, you can't be like after a while. It's just a being eating other things. So like after a while, you're gonna be like, okay, I don't
Yeah.
care about that.
But like for
what I
instance,
mean?
like the kids, the way they ended, you can tell they're making another season.
yeah,
The way they ended the first season, but they should also are those kids expected to become the losers?
no, they're the
No,
parents.
they're the
Well,
parents-
some of them are the parents of the
Losers
losers.
That's
Club.
why he talked to that one chick.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's why she
So-
said.
She said Marge beat Margie because it's Richie's mom.
Yeah.
Beat Richie.
So
But they're gonna go backwards in time.
Yeah.
So from the black spot, they're gonna go to a different one, which is.
So remember when the lady
Oh my God, I
that
can't
became
remember.
Periwinkle? Remember she said a bunch of kids started dying in the 30s. That's their next time.
Yeah,
The 30s.
and then they're gonna go further,
Uh-huh.
and then further,
And then they're
and
gonna
further.
go to the 1800s, like 1890 something, 1880 something.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like
Because they already went up to it, chapter 2, technically, 'cause the movie's already made. And that's where he died. So they're going to go backwards because they can't really go forward.
Yeah, because the idea is that the Losers Club and all that stuff in the book is in the 60s.
so. The
in the
Losers Club
movie-
happened before were those kids
Mm-hmm.
because of the sign that said losers, and he crossed it over and said Pennywise lives.
No, that comes off after the Losers Club.
That comes after.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
the Tommy Knockers comes after that. So that's why people were like, "Oh, he's still alive," because after that you see the Losers Club fucking
And that's in
insignia.
Tommy Knockers.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that comes out afterwards.
So Losers Club, Dairy, Tommy Knockers.
No. Dairy,
Dairy.
Losers,
Club,
Tommy
So-
Knockers.
Okay, good. So Dairy, those kids are some of them are going to be the parents of
The
ones,
losers.
BB Richie and all
Yeah.
that. So why don't they just go linear and go to that next? Or does that counteract with the movie?
That will
'Cause I
counteract with the
haven't
movie.
seen the
That
movie.
would counteract with the movie.
That would
because
counteract.
it's
Because if they
that's
let's
next
say
generation.
they
Is the
add
movie with Losers Club.
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
let's
okay.
say they add in, like, let's say they make a show like how you said linear, right? if they make a show
Or
and
at
then
least
they
show those kids as adults because they
Right.
could beat them again. But that's
Well, they
not
did
the
it in
They
rule.
did.
chapter
That's in the
two.
second two.
yeah.
See, at the end of it, Welcome to Derry. Remember the ladies hanging,
Yeah.
and then you see the little girl that turns around. That's Beverly. That's
Yeah.
from the Losers Club. That's from It One.
Oh.
So it ends right as It One starts.
Yeah.
So it literally drops off at the same time. So it drops off, and maybe like a month later, when Beverly joins school, boom.
So and so if you did it linear, right? If they made a show about the It movies, right? And they missed one little fucking detail, everyone that's a fan's gonna be like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah.
Like,
And then from
know what I
Derry,
mean?
from the last scene of Derry, and then when you see the girl hanging, that's 27 years.
yeah.
That's what I was about to say because it takes them 27 years to.
So that's 27 years. So what they're doing is going backwards 27 years.
And then again,
Yeah.
until they're done, basically.
They're gonna go back, and then they're gonna go forward to It Part 3,
Is
where he
there
breaks the
enough
cosmic.
actual material in the Stephen King universe for them to go back, or are they just making this up? At
No,
this
there's
point?
no.
There's material.
There's material.
There's material.
Yeah.
There's not
Books.
full books.
They're
but
made-
There's like other short
Yeah.
stories.
and he's
of It.
involved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all his.
Okay.
It's all his.
So like in It or Welcome to Derry now, right? They mentioned previous attacks of where it was seen,
Yeah.
which
They're
is the
just gonna
black
go
spot,
back
which
to
we just
those.
saw.
So
And then it keeps going.
So the Welcome
And
to
then there was like
Derry-
a factory, like an egg factory or something like that.
So the Welcome to Derry series comes from the stories that are told within the book of It. So when the Losers Club is researching everything about It, the Welcome to Derry stuff comes up, where they have the black spot and all that stuff. Like that
So-
comes up.
In the It book, like the one you want your girl to read, right?
It has all those stories.
That
in it.
has all those stories. So it's not just one linear story. It's just a bunch of different instances of It himself.
Yeah.
Well,
that they've
yes,
researched.
Whose
well,
real
yes
name
and no.
can't even be said because it's not.
Right.
We can't comprehend it. I guess.
Well, yes and no, because it doesn't explain what happened at those times. But like
they're major
But
points
when the
in
kid,
the
one
history.
of the kids goes, "Hey, like I've researched. This is the times that it appeared," and then he discovers that he comes only 27 years, and he goes, "There's the black spot. There's this. There's that. There's this, and this." And then he goes, "So he's been around for ages." He goes, "But what I see here is that he takes a break for about 27 years, and then boom, he pops up again." So it mentions them. It doesn't really tell you, "Hey, like this happened and this happened and this happened." No, but it mentions those places.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's funny. Real quick before we fully end this episode, it's funny. Originally, the gap for It was supposed to be 23 years, not 27 years. But he was very afraid of the complex of the number 23 that he changed it to 27.
Why?
Huh?
Why 23 was a conflict?
So, do you remember that movie with Jim Carrey, the number 23?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say this like a grain of salt. It's like a real thing where people become obsessed with that linear number, and there's a whole thing about there's a whole theory about people breaking it down, where everything revolves around the number 23. Like, they take a bunch of different instances and everything like that, right? Like,
Right.
Is that okay? Cause so that's why he's avoiding that number. Then.
Yeah.
Because
so like
for
Kurt Cobain
him-
died 523.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
'cause For him, he's Stephen King. At least from what I read, he's fascinated with the number 19, and the
Yeah.
number 19 is almost in every single
one, yeah.
Anything he
Yeah.
has to do, Dark Tower, you name it, it has the number 19 in it somewhere. Like in the Dark Tower, there's a passage that shows that the walls have the number. Some of the parts of the walls have the number 19 in it, and it has something to do with something. It's like cosmic. It's like a cosmic power, or is some sort of cosmic importance. That number that
Yeah.
it impacts all the places and all the different universes that there is.
A lot of the main places where like for Derry or It, whatever, like the addresses will add up to 19. Like he's very obsessed with that number, but he's not obsessed with the number 23. It's like a fear. Well, it's not a Stephen King fear. It's kind of like a
Like a marketing fear.
no. It's what are they called? Like a superstitious fear. Like
It's like with hotels avoiding number 13.
right, or like Japanese people avoiding the number like 7 or whatever because of bad luck in their culture. Like same thing. It's like same thing in that aspect. So with that theory, it's a bunch of different things. Like fucking Julius Caesar was stabbed 23 times. Like this person died at 23. It's all related to 23. So he went from 23. He's like, maybe we'll do 27.
27.
So,
You guys,
Just to avoid
okay?
that shit.
Can I make you guys laugh before we end it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so for a long time, right, when I was little, I got the movie Cujo and the movie Sandlot confused, because one's about a dog. And the
So
other-
you thought they would play baseball while getting eaten alive by this dude? All right.
And
that's
so when
funny
I was
enough.
little, I was like,
baseball in the car.
when I was little, I was like, wait a minute, and like I grew up, I was like, no, that was stupid.
That was two different
That was
movies.
two different movies. One's a Sandlot, one's Cujo. And it was, dude, it always boggled me. I was like, why are you guys playing baseball?
You're
Like,
killing me, Smalls. It
Yeah,
wasn't literally.
like, I was like, why are you guys playing baseball though? That he like has rabies, my guy. Like, come on, bro.
You're so dumb.
That was
You're
funny.
So fucking dumb. But anyway, all right. Thank you guys. We appreciate you being here. This has been Torn Reels with our guest Mike and Andy. Bye.
I'm not a guest, but sure.
He's a guest.
Bye.